Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful Wednesday with us on Live with Lloyd. I'm your host, astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. As you see, we are going to have a full house, which is why I called today's show King Simon and Company. Of course, you are familiar with Queen Four. Our sister Kufunya, which is right next to him. And in fact, they should be joining us momentarily. But I want to say it's going to be a big event coming up this Saturday here in Brooklyn, NYC. And we'll get all the details and whatnot. And before we get into it, I want to do the cosmic or the Learn from Lloyd Cosmic Forecast. And again, this is Live with Lloyd, where the joy of numerology is the joy of learning and enlightenment. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will try to remember to say it offhand. Other than that, please like it sincerely, share it if you really feel you do, and subscribe so you can keep up when this comes on every Monday and Wednesday. This is Wednesday, August the 24th. The sun went into, no, the sun is now in Virgo, but it went into Leo this morning a little after 9 a.m. It's a 5 universal month, a 9 universal week, an 11th universal day. So those under the signs of Leo, which seems to be Kufunya, Aquarius, that is Hank and you hear me, Hank. That is King Simon and I, Cancer, Taurus, Libra, and anyone born on the 2nd to 6th, 11th to 15th, 20th, 24th, or 29th of any month. All right, now that you got that done, let's see. Okay, let me take this off. Bam. And here we go. All right, folksies, here we go. Everybody, I want to thank you for joining us today. I've got a very special guest on. Everybody knows King Simon. That's my buddy. Everybody knows Kufunya. But what they don't know is they've had the pleasure yet of meeting Sister Empress Etoy. She will bring to the event this Saturday a certain skill set. And let's see where, let me see here. Okay, I'm going to bring Simon. Simon, I guess, has stepped away a second. He's going to be joining us. And there we are. To the top left, we have Sister Etoy. How are you, my sister? And underneath Sister Etoy, if y'all don't know Sister Kufunya, I don't know what to tell you, okay? And underneath me is my brother King Simon. Simon, you know I like the lavender. Lavender is my thing. That's my main color.
Beautiful.
It's good. How you doing today?
Thank you. How you feeling?
Fine. And Sister Etoy, I haven't had the pleasure of having you on, so we may have to put a little emphasis on an introduction to you, what you do, and stuff of that nature. But Simon, tell us about Saturday. You and Kufunya, actually, you two.
Okay. Hey, how y'all doing? How's everybody? And thank you, Lloyd, for allowing us to be on. And big up to my IG family that's also watching on IG. I'm sharing it, telling them to go to YT YouTube with numbers and you, trying to send everybody over there. But this Saturday is a workshop, Lloyd. It's not your plain old lecture again. We're not doing the plain old lecture thing nowadays because as we are entering into the sneak peek months, going into preparing for next year, 7 is what 2023 rules, and 7 is the number of metaphysics, occult science, spirituality, religion, all of that. So we want to actually teach the people so they can do it for themselves. And if they absolutely need us, then they book a session with us, period. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, because we're not going to be here forever. And we, just like you have came after those that came before you, so there's going to be other people that's going to come with this science and keep on taking, whether it's doing with the healing bowls, whether it's dealing with Etoy and what she does as far as her spoken word artistry, and she does numerovation. So big up to her also. She's a part of that. She helped me produce that workshop, that online thing. So big up to her. And Lloyd, you know, we are your predecessors. Whenever what happens, you know, when the creator decides to take you, we right there. We're gonna be there. We're gonna keep on pushing you. That's how we're gonna do it, bro. That's how we're gonna do it. So
No
I'm
question.
just happy you're still here with us and you're still giving and
You
shedding.
and me both, because I enjoy what I do. There's no question.
I'll
Yeah.
drink to that. I'll
It-
drink to
it's
that.
so nice. You know what I'm saying? Now, Sister Kufunya, how about
Yes.
you, my Leo 7 lady?
Well, first and foremost, give thanks and praise for everyone here present here on the panel and in the audience. We give thanks for you taking the time out to be with us this evening. And my contribution, I'm very excited about it because, we haven't been in that space for a minute. So it's like a big celebration. Even though we're doing a workshop, we're still going to be celebrating the fact that we are in this oneness, in this wholeness together.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be bringing to the table, first and foremost, I'm going to be gifting everyone who comes with with crystals for the meditation that we're going to do, the sound bath meditation. And I will also have handouts for people so they can, carry on, as King Simon said. If you absolutely necessarily have to book us, you can, but you'll be able to do this yourselves as well. So
Okay.
that's I was spiritually guided. Hey, Kufunya, give some crystals away to the people that come so it can help with the meditation that we're going to be doing. So
Now
give
that
thanks
should
and praise.
be nice. That should be very, very nice to do that, to give out crystals, because crystals are very important. In fact, people make crystals part of their medicine bag that they carry with them,
Absolutely.
cases and certain stones. So I'm sure you're gonna give a lecture on that. But let's bring Empress Etoy on. This is a first for her. Empress Etoy, welcome to Live with Lloyd. How are you?
I'm well and you. Thank you so kindly. Thank you so kindly for having me. I greatly appreciate you.
Good, good. Now tell us a little about you, or tell us a lot about you. It all depends on how you feel.
Well, well, my name is Empress Etoy, and I'm a poet, a spoken word artist, and I'm also a mental health advocate. And what I will be bringing to the table is the awareness of the power of the mind and the power of the tongue, and also breath work, how we can be able to release energy through our breath. Because the mind is a powerful thing. Um, I don't know why I just got lost for words. I'm on Lloyd Strayhorn's podcast. We was on King Simon podcast. I was talking a mile away.
People, he does that.
But that's what I'm talking about right there. Bond. Case in point, the power of the mind. How when you let a thought into your mind, how can it just take everything over?
Sure,
Case,
sure,
case and point.
sure.
So and I'm going to be doing it from a spiritual aspect, because when I went through my mental health challenge, I realized there was a lot of energies that was attached to me.
Mm.
So is it you that's having these thoughts, or is it an entity that's controlling you, that's in a graveyard in your mind? Are you digging up these old skeletons and these old ghosts? Or is it you, or is it trauma, things of that nature? And a lot of times that we deal with mother wounds, we deal with, ancestral wounds, things of that nature that's passed down to us. And
Mhm.
and sometimes we don't know why we keep going through these things, but sometimes we are the chosen one. If you wasn't meant to go through these things, the spirit, the most high, your ancestors would not have let you go through these births, because they know that you are strong enough to carry it and to also heal it and release it and pay it forward by teaching, everyone else.
But
So that's
go ahead.
mhm.
So sorry, let you finish your thought.
No, no,
See,
no.
no, I was gonna say you have actually come along at the right time, because mental health is a very serious problem in this country, especially over the last
Yes,
few years. And
yes,
the people who think they'll call you crazy when really they need to be pointing the finger at themselves, and they don't
yes,
know it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
yes,
So people are jumping in front of trains, especially around the holidays come up. People get depressed. They go through funks. They become suicidal. People have lost their jobs because of what is going on the last 2 years. People have been pressured, finding out If really living up on each other 24 hours a day isn't as much fun as if I get my butt out to go to work and I
True.
don't come to the end of the day. So these are the kinds of things I think that people need to see. So people who think they don't have no problems may actually, in fact, have more problems than they are. What is
And some people don't want to admit it because they feel it would be ostracized. So
Right.
I like to create a safe space to let everyone know that we are all here together. No one's perfect. We all a spirit having a human experience living in the flesh. So we are experiencing these earthly trials and walking with these earthly bounds. But it's our job to be able to recognize it and heal it so that we could break those generational curses that won't pass down to our children, so forth and so forth and so on. So when we come back in our next life, we can have a little easier journey because we learned the lessons that we had to learn in this life.
I
Yeah.
can't
And
think of
also,
any one of us that's under stress at this point. Kufunya?
yeah. Also, it's excellent, Empress Etoy.
Thank
Because
you.
even in my work, I have to deal with mental issues that some of my clients come with. And the first thing is the detoxing of the mind, the
Yes,
program.
yes,
So when I see people wearing, I just say, it takes 21 days to program the mind.
to create a habit. Yes,
Exactly. And so once, everything that's going on with the resigning of certain ones of Couchy and all
yes,
the cohorts, people realize that they've been hoodwinked into something so that blows people's mind too. Having trust not within themselves but outside of themselves.
I
And when you deal with the subconscious mind, that is like that iceberg underneath that you don't see, that's something else. So,
I
sister,
say.
you're
and
you're
Sister
right in
Kufunya,
time.
I've
Yeah,
even seen people in their cars like that.
yeah.
By
I mean,
themselves.
And that's also a part of
I-
the mind slavery because
yeah,
that happened when on back in the slave days and our ancestors' days when there was a rebel on the plantation that used to get the other slaves riled up to rebel against the slave owner and tell them the truth. They would cut their tongue out with that mask.
yeah.
With
So,
that mask. So for me, I just rebelled against that the whole point for my ancestors and for myself. Like I am not a slave. But what I wanted to say was I'm just so happy to be a part of this workshop here because how I was able to and still continue to heal my mind is with all the modalities of what everyone is bringing to this workshop with
yes,
numerology, with crystals, with spiritual baths, with candles, going in nature. This workshop, if you listening, you guys really need to be at this workshop because it's gonna have all the modalities of spirituality for your healing and your cosmic ascension in this workshop. I say.
okay. And because everything starts in the spirit world first, in the mind first, like this very computer, King Simon's book, Lloyd Strayhorn's classes, what you do, what I do, it all started in the non-physical world.
Yeah.
When people overstand that, because I mean, when I was going through my valley, and working in a metaphysical store called East West Books, after
Mm.
coming out of the music industry, I was like, I was in my valley, but at the same time, I was still helping people in their own valley, and different downloads would come to me because I would be around crystals like 6 days a week, 365 days plus, because I worked at East West Books and yoga studio for 3 years.
Mm.
And after that, I saw King Simon doing his thing, and he invited me to come to his events and everything. And I've grown, I've taken various classes and everything. And I used to be Simon, can you imagine me? Used to be very, very shy to talk to people once I come off the stage, in front of thousands of people and would be quiet as a church mouse. You know, I had to get my throat chakra together so I could speak, you know, what I have to say. So now I'm very, very comfortable, you know, talking and just being me. You know what I'm saying? Being my authentic self, crazy and everything else.
But you know what it is, Sister Kufunya? First of all, you are a number 7. When I tell people I am reserved or bashful or shy, they will say you. But
Yep.
because of all of my radio experience, like King Simon and I come from a long
Line.
of being radio communications from him and SOBs. I think you had SOBs too a little bit
Yes.
and whatnot. And so I'm used to it, but basically I'm a very low key. I would prefer to stay under the radar type of person. I'm fine, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Simon, who is the king of promotions, what
Oh man, come on now.
what is you do this for Sunday? I mean for Saturday.
I'm just one of them, brother. Believe me, because Kufunya was doing her queenship in the promoter world, and she know we worked amongst great ones in New York and New Jersey and Connecticut, and so I am a part of the lineage of promotion. So that's why I have no problems giving and showing, like your father taught you about giving other people their props, giving
Yeah.
other people their
Mhm.
Yeah.
telling people that they, we all have wings under our all have wind under our wings from other people. So we
Yes.
just have to keep on acknowledging those people. And I look back at the SOBs and the Temptations and the Irving Plazas and the Madison Square Gardens and the Radio City Hall promoters that we used to work with, and the late great Tree. My love in this,
Boom.
my love in this was all from started from a childhood. So what we expect to give our people this coming Saturday, we want you to come with your notebook, pad, and pen and write and take notes, because there's something about writing, not just texting and all that. Something about writing. When you write, you claim what it is because you're writing in your own handwriting. You're taking the thoughts in and taking in what you have to, what information you have chosen to take from each one of us. But then you get to look back at what you've written, whether it's chicken scratch or shorthand or longhand. It is your writing, and your writing is specialized. It reveals the spirit of who you are. Your writing. So that's why it's important. A lot of our children don't even know how to do cursive anymore. I still write in script every now and then. To this day, they don't teach it. But script is a very ancient way of writing and calligraphy in writing. That's why our people, our family wrote on the walls of Kemet, wrote on the walls of Timbuktu, wrote on the walls of Ethiopia, wrote on the walls of Nubia, wrote on the walls. Writing is going to be very important for you at this workshop. It's a workshop, not a talk shop, not a come out and just party shop like we used to do, me and Kufunya. This time we want to put people to work. We're here to put people to work. I want people to work. Go ahead, Lloyd. I'm sorry.
That's why it is called a workshop.
Workshop.
Exactly. And I want to add to what you're saying. Sorry, Lloyd. To what Simon was saying about writing, because where I am currently now in New Jersey, I wrote about exactly what I wanted to have, and I still have the exact letter, and I'll bring it with me as a testimony. As when you write down things, like as you think it, so shall it be. So it's a real, let me tell you, oh my God, I have this mantra that I'm saying when I see on other people's pages, when it resonates with my spirit. Let the unveiling continue. The unveiling of. All right, I'm gonna close my mouth.
There's something to learn. And let me say this for Simon. I hate to talk bad about Simon, but that's my buddy. I mean, Simon has promoted almost every artist, every major metaphysician, from Dr. Polite to Dr. Sabi to Dr. Africa. I mean, Dr. There. I mean, it's like, really, Simon?
It's in the book. It's in the book. It's in the book.
Right. Let's say my name.
Yeah.
It's in the book.
I'm in the book too. I'm in the book.
Yeah, you're in the book.
I'm in the book too. No, and in fact,
Lord
I
of the
was
book.
there at the event. I think it was at SOB's about 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
When this was out or whatever.
10 years ago. It celebrated 10 years on August 19th of this month. We celebrated 10 years of that book. 10 years.
Yeah,
So
No, we got to have a party after the event.
I know, right? We got to drink some water and wine, right?
Slide. No, come on. And it's still selling.
Now,
It's,
Simon,
Still selling.
we're going to show where it's going to be, but tell us where the venue is going to be and why did you choose the venue for Saturday?
well, it's like returning home, of course. And you know, Nicholas 1396 adds up to a number one. That was one of their.
Of course.
The previous place was 560. Then they changed it to 570, which is so ironic, Lloyd, because when we did the numbers, 560 added up to 11, which was a 2. And when they was under 560, Nicholas Brooklyn, they had water damage. And
Yeah,
then when they went to 570, they had fire damage.
Yeah,
Oh.
You can't make this stuff up.
yeah.
So,
And so now they're at 1396.
1396 Fulton Street, right there in the Restoration Plaza area, right between Brooklyn and Avenue and New York Avenue. Doors open at 5:30. We start around 6 o'clock, more likely going until 9, 10 o'clock. But it's a Saturday, so y'all might not have to work. If you live in the tri-state area, if you could fly in for the weekend, whatever, because that's Labor Day weekend also. That we going into Labor Day weekend right after
You know,
that.
I hadn't even thought of that, but that is true.
Me
And
neither.
Yeah, so we there. We there. I'm going to be there. Kufunya, Elocin right now is at a children's conference because in Atlanta, the school is open here in Atlanta. So she had to go to a parent-teacher meeting. And she said she would try to pop in, but it's probably hard because you got to talk to all these different teachers.
Right.
Well, I'm going to show the flyer for Saturday.
Yes.
And this is it. It's everybody could see, yes, there is a fee. You know what I'm saying? Normally it is an open house, but this is a fee for all reasons that we have to do to grow, to continue the work that we do. And a lot of times when we're with each other, we have this notion of let me, give me, can you spare, is it free? And I think we really need to cut that out. Or you can't pay bills for free. You can't pay your phone for free. You can't buy food for free. I mean, so what I'm saying is, so we know we'll spend money elsewhere with not a problem, without a blink of the eye. But when we do things, it appears that we then want to give me a break. No, the attitude is give me a break. Don't run that. Just come there, be prepared. If you want advance tickets, you see it's $44 at the door. It's $55, but it can't be said that you don't have a way of getting advance. Now that's the Eventbrite, but on the banner, there will be even an easier place to go, which would be to Linktree, Simon's Linktree. I
put it in your chat also. I put it in your chat so you could actually highlight that if you want. I put it in your YouTube chat so you could highlight that if you want. It can, and the reason why we're doing this again, family, the cosmic 1910, and a lot of people ask me why it's 1910, because 19 and 10 are some of the most let's say most powerful numbers in numerology as far as success is concerned. And if you use it appropriately, it can be very helpful. We know the number 10 is definitely one of the numbers of the Wheel of Fortune. And 19 is the number of sun in the universe that reveals advancement, but also that 1 and 9 reveals whatever you start, you have to finish. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, that 1, 9, and 1 equals 11, which is a spiritual number, spiritual teachers, a master number of spirituality and spiritual guidance, and looking within to become your most masterful self. On the physical, you have to look within through that master number 11 and put that joint to work. That's what I tell most people that's connected to that number 11. A lot of people got to remember that everything comes with a duality. And my premise really at this workshop is going to deal with the letters in the name, and the consonants and the vowels. I'm going to focus on that because sometimes people don't want to give you their birthday. Sometimes they don't want it, but if you can ask them their name, whether it's their first, their middle name, or last name, you can figure stuff out about it. Simple.
And normally my experience has been that if I walked up to Empress Etoy at the bus stop and I said, "Sister, what's your birthday?" Her thing is, "Excuse me." Okay. Exactly. I don't even know her. But if I says, "Hi, I'm Lloyd," more than likely she will reveal a name. So the
Yes.
name is normally first, and it's good that you're going to do that because the name tells everything about us. It tells us what makes us different from a twin. So you
Yes.
can have an identical twin, but they don't have identical names. Although it might sound the same, which is in synonyms in English, it'll be spelled differently.
Right. Right.
So that is very important.
And
And
Lord, what I discovered, pardon me, Kufunya, what I discovered also in that name sequence, that if you, even if you can't get the whole name, sometimes just the consonant and the vowels tell you a lot about that person. Just the consonant, the first consonant and the first vowel, or the first vowel and vowel, like Anthony, A and N tells you a lot about that person.
Yeah,
Already
yeah.
within those two vibrations of, especially in the Chaldean system, and first, especially in the Pythagorean system, but also even if you come with a fake name, if you come with one of those names that you made up for the club, it tells a lot to you. We go to the Chaldean system for that, because now you're going to reveal even more of your madness through the Chaldean system.
Okay, good. I started to ask where in the world did Empress Etoy go? Because I was about to drag her into the conversation. So you
I
must have.
hit the wrong button. I hit the back button. I just, oh my God. I
I
backed
hit
all the
all
way
the
out.
wrong buttons. As long as I've been doing this, I still be pressing wrong buttons. So don't you worry about it. As long as you're back, okay? But I
Yes, I say.
think
yeah,
it's good.
I wanted to build
Yes,
on
yes.
you and King Simon were speaking of. If you had to do an energy exchange for each individual presenter here, it would equal more than what the ticket price is.
That's
So
true.
you're getting a
True.
very, very special um, gift, I would say,
Mm,
Right.
to help you further your ascension, further
mm,
help you manifest what you want to manifest,
That's right.
and getting in the right frame of mind and learning about the subconscious, learning about the three brains that we have. Actually, the heart is more powerful than the gray matter that's in your head. So you'll be getting a lot of different information. And then the thing of it is that with the sound bowls, whatever you're thinking, that frequency is going to go out and
mm,
Enhance it.
mm,
Yep.
enhances and works with your energy centers and everything. So if there's any blockages or anything like,
mm,
they're going
Yes.
to be cleared out.
mm.
And having the crystals to enhance what we're going to be doing. I'm excited really to be a part of this. And like King Simon would say, we're going home to Nicholas. Shout out to the
Monique.
Nick family,
True.
Yeah, Monique, that's my
Yes,
girl.
shout out to
And,
Monique. Yes,
Etoy used to vend there. Etoy used to vend there too with us. So
yes, yes.
Etoy, who used to be a part of the vendorship before she stepped out into her glory,
Yeah,
and hey, after she did Sacred Women, and her and I talked a few times. We've walked, we've talked, we've felt spirits in parks and all kinds of stuff. she,
Well,
she was very intuitive, yo. That Scorpion energy.
Very. I was like, what's that? No, 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 that don't feel right.
Hey, Lloyd, one time we walked to a park together just to talk, and there was a big funeral procession happening. About
mhm.
400, 300, 400 people. And she must have felt the energy, that's for sure, because she kept on saying, yo, I don't want this to follow me home. This is going to take me.
And
So
it followed me home.
it followed you.
It
wow.
followed me home. And that's the thing about when you are light,
Yeah,
the what's on the other side, they can tell you're light. So they
that's right.
want you to, to heal them and and ask them questions. And that's what King Simon said. He said you need to accept your gift.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I was going to ask you, Empress Etoy, what led you to this point of finally accepting your gift and doing the work you do now?
I felt as though if I'm gonna keep running from it, I'm running from myself.
Yes.
Mm.
And
Mm.
not accepting my gift is not accepting myself. Not for nothing. I've been seeing spirits since I was a child.
Yes.
Wow.
Laying down, sleeping, and they looking right over me, looking at me, waking me up in the night. I can hear, to tell which one is who is who. And also, before, the environment that I'm in, everyone doesn't have that gift. So it was like, who can I talk to about this? But
Mhm.
when I started making my own products and I started, getting back into the spiritual community, I'm like, oh, they speak my language,
Mm-hmm.
So it was like basically the more I ran from my gift, the
Mm-hmm.
more the road was bumpy. So when
Yeah.
I had my nervous breakdown, my gift is what helped me heal.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's what helped me heal. And I'm like, this is who I am. I have to accept who I am. Because me not accepting myself, I'm not accepting the Most High. I'm not accepting the contract that I signed when I came here. I'm not accepting my ancestors. I'm not helping my children. I'm not helping myself. And since I have accepted my gift, a lot of things have been revealed within my surroundings and about myself. The
Mm-hmm.
baggage that I was carrying, we go around this, in this world because we get to a certain point in our life that we think we have everything together. And I didn't realize how much pain and trauma and baggage that I was carrying and low vibrational baggage as well.
Mm-hmm.
So me accepting that gift was very healing to me. And I'm actually grateful for everything that I've been through.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
Sometimes we got to go through these things for those things to come out. And I've noticed and I've told people some of the best psychics are people that are very ordinary. They have these gifts, they see these visions, but they either suppress it or it's been very like, oh, don't say that, you're being silly. You
Mhm.
think Uncle's Aunt so and so is going to be sick and she gets sick, and they say, girl, shut your mouth. And I mean,
Yes.
understanding that there are more people that we know have
Yes.
these gifts of inner knowing. Although,
Yeah.
Yes.
if you say, well, how do you know? You can't explain, like, well, somebody read it in the book or somebody told me. It is
Yeah.
just something that goes beyond the five senses. And a
That's right.
lot of
Yes.
us are more gifted than we give ourselves credit for. So when we in this panel decide to step out here on faith and do this for a living,
Yes.
Mm.
with no parachutes, no
Mm.
benefits, no
That's right.
401ks, no
That's right.
vacation, none of that to do this work. Trust
Hey,
me,
hey,
this will put a lot
Lloyd,
of emphasis on the cash apps. Yes.
Lloyd. When I travel, it's called paycation, sir. I don't do vacation. But I'm still doing sessions while I'm on travel. While I'm traveling, it's vacation, baby.
Good. And the magic word that you said, Lloyd, is the magic word is through.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
am going through. I'm not being stuck. And where you're stuck is where all the
That's right.
dis-ease and all of these different entities, like Dr.
Ooh.
Gibson talked about these different energy attachments. And
Yes.
sometimes, like, what we can offer is like, if you feel something that's not right, take a cold shower. That's what he used
Yes.
to do.
Yeah.
Take a cold shower, and that stuff has like gone.
The
Yeah.
Well,
power of water is amazing.
Oh,
Very
You
sister.
could
amazing.
charge water to do whatever you want. What?
That's why I'm
no,
drinking.
it's interesting because
Water too, sister. You could like I have my gallon water. I have healing water.
Yes. That's
Who's
how I
that?
charge it. Yes.
Kufunya. Kufunya.
Affirmations.
Kufunya. Who's that? What son is that in the background?
That's Jediah.
Jediah. What's up, Jediah? Long time.
Yeah, come say hi.
Come in, man. They
no,
see
he's
him.
having his business in the kitchen.
Haven't seen him since he was a child. They've been young people. These are young people I knew from back in the day.
Come.
Hey, what's up, young? What's up, young man?
Hey,
How you been?
Peace and love. How's
look
everybody?
like his mother too.
All right.
I bet you don't remember me. I bet you don't remember me.
Yeah.
Simon, SOBs, are you
Yes,
crazy?
sir, exactly.
Alan,
Hey,
But so
bro.
here's what I want to say to our viewers.
Aquarius.
He's an
Are you-
Aquarian.
Yeah,
Aquarius?
January 27.
Very
Oh,
good
same
choice,
day
honey.
as Dr. Africa. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah,
Same day as Dr.
that's
Africa.
his birthday.
Woo.
So your son has a very good opinion of himself. He don't care what nobody says about him. But maybe I point to everybody who's listening. There are a lot of people probably viewing this program that have these gifts that Empress Etoy talked about. This since they was a child, they would,
Yep.
she see things, and if she tells people, they would dismiss it, or play it off, or in fact discourage it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is, for those who will come out, please come out and share this experience with Empress Etoy, who can help reveal and open these things up even more.
Mm,
Kufunya to open these things up even more for you, so you know you're
mhm.
not crazy. Because a lot of times, I guess must have been points in times, Empress Etoy, where you must even question your own sanity based upon the
I
people
did.
that
Oh,
have.
I did. It's funny you said that. I really
All the
did.
time.
And
All
me
the time.
working with my Baba, messages will come through spirit. You're not crazy. What you
Yep.
hear is real. And you know, it's um spirit had came to me and said it's time. You know, now was the time. And now was the time for the awakening. All of the mystics is waking up. You know, it's a spiritual warfare going on right now, and they try to keep us asleep, you know, by putting a whole bunch of distractions here. And they also affecting us with the food as well. The food affects the
talk about
mind.
this.
The food affects the body. The food affects, you know, the spirituality, things of that nature. It's also low vibrational, and it's, you know, sucking us down. And uh, just like Lloyd said, you know, if you feel like you have these gifts, you know, come to the workshop, you know, because this is for you, because this is the language that you speak. You finally have someone that speaks your language, and so that you can be able to get your healing as well and live your life purpose and free yourself from any imprisonment that, you know, that may be holding you in bondage. Because
I like
by me
you
not
put that.
accepting my gifts, yeah,
I like
me not
you
accepting
put that.
my gifts, I was holding myself in prison. You
Hmm.
know, it just was like, because here I go, I have all these tools and all these modalities, and I'm not using them because I'm thinking that it's a lie, when actually the truth is the lie and the lie is the truth. You
Mm.
know, if you get what I'm trying to say, you understand. So it was,
Mhm.
Yes.
that was also kind of hard for me to accept as well, that wait a minute, everything that I was taught was a lie. So I kind of
Mm.
went through a shock with that as well, and had to like let everything go and learn everything all over, you know, by myself. But here go a workshop in the community where you don't have to do that, because you have people like us that did the work already and can be able to guide you. And
Mhm.
it's such a beautiful thing when you to be able to accept your gifts, no
Right.
matter what they are. You know,
Right.
it's just a
And
beautiful thing.
and I want people to know that it's your gift.
Yes.
What we are going to do is just remind you of that DNA explosion that you have. Because
There
at
you
the end
go.
of the day, we can't break down your numbers like you. You can't do your
Hmm.
spiritual. We can't do your spiritual work like you. Your spiritual work is your spiritual
I
work,
say.
whether it's through the math, the mathematics of numerology, whether it's through the astrology, whether it's through tarot, whether it's through cardology, whether it's through Ife, whether it's through Oshun, Ogun, Olegba, Baba Yulaye, whether you're doing Oludumare, whatever you studying, well, even in the religious world, remember that the religious world have deeper spiritual aspects to it, just like the Jews have Kabbalah and
Right.
gematria and all that. So you got to remember, in Islam, when I was in Islam, when I was an active member in Islam, I studied Sufism, which also had that connection. So we got to understand that these things that we may have received from the quote unquote through slavery and colonialism had deeper esoteric meanings, because religion means to bring back
I
to
say.
where? Bring back to the universal creation of who you are. And it
I
was
say.
way before that word religion, way before the word God, Allah, Jehovah, and all of these things.
Yes.
It's all right if you're in that. We just want you to become better people, because none of the stuff that we do is here to take you away from your religion per
I
se, what
say.
you do with your mother.
Right.
I
It's
say.
to make you a better person
Got
in your religion.
And
Better person. Yeah.
Kufunya, go ahead. You know, because I was about to ask you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
even in the sacred texts, such as
Uh-huh.
the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, it talks
Mhm.
about the herbs. It
Right.
talks about
Yeah.
the crystals.
That's right.
You know, it talks about the word, as a man thinketh, so shall it be. In the
Right.
Quran, they might say something different. In the Torah, they might say something different. But these are gifts from the earth.
That's right.
There's no reason for you to be afraid. You go to see the Harry Potters, you
That's right.
know, and
Right.
all these other shows that deal with what they call magic, you know, but as we call it, the magi, we are the magi, you know what I mean? So
They call it the wizardry.
Wizardry, right? But we look. The, that's why I say the unveiling continues, because the Western mind does not understand the originality of who and what we are and where we come from. We have been programmed, everybody has been programmed to look outside of yourself for salvation. But it's the inner world. It's the inner world. And yes, we do need, I got guidance from who I needed to get, but what it does, it helps you get on that path to make you self-realize who and what you are for real. We're not walking around helplessly like helpless puppies. No disrespect to the puppies, but you know, we're here. We're having a human experience. You, I have my conversations in the rise. You know, talking to that inner being that is within me. And do I have my doubts? Sometimes I do, but then I say, that's not what I want to experience. So when the sister talks about the spoken word, the word, sound, and power, it's a real thing. So you have the power of life and you have the power of death. What are you speaking? What are you, because we're these antennas. We are magnets. We magnify. So even with the crystals, you have to be careful with what you're thinking, because especially with the quartz crystal, it's going to amplify whatever you're thinking.
Well,
So you think, where is it? If you think you're not worthy of something, then guess what? That's what you're going to get, because it's like, hello, hello. It's like you're echoing out into the multiverse, the universe. So I've always been since a youth. I always loved nature, always loved thunder and lightning.
That's 7. All that's 7. All that's 7.
When it comes quick, and I'll say, "Is that all you bringing me today?" You know what I mean?
So I want to say this based upon what Empress Etoy says. I say it another way: you can run from people, but you can't run from yourself. And that is what I think of all the workshop pieces. I'm going to put a lot of emphasis on Empress Etoy, because
yes,
we tend to be somebody else, but yet we can't be nobody else.
Yeah.
And so I think in learning how to deal with ourselves, it's who we are, that is one of the first steps toward mental healing. This is why these internet things of influencers, they got us chasing this person, that celebrity, this, that, and the other. And what about us? We are just as important. And we are children of God too. The last time I checked, we may not have the name, the money, the resources like that, but all of us are a child of God, as far as I'm concerned.
Lloyd, Lloyd, Bob Marley said you're running and run away, and you can't run away from yourself.
right.
And then you had Teddy P used to say, you can't hide from yourself. Anywhere you go, there you are.
Yeah.
Can't run away.
People have come out Saturday to join this workshop, so you can running from yourself if that's the case, or maybe hit the pause button to find out who you really are in your journey.
Because
these are just tools of transformation. What Lloyd does, what Etoy does, what the other sister does, what King Simon does, what I do. These are just things that would just come to me, you know, come. And I would have dreams about crystals, and then I would look that up, and it would be exactly what is coming or what I am going through.
I think that is very nice, Sister Kufunya, is the fact that everyone who attends this Saturday, everybody is going to be gifted a crystal from you.
Yes, I think I'm going to make up maybe medicine bags for everybody.
Oh boy, I'm going to be.
Oh, that's beautiful! Wow.
And I'm going to add to it that everybody that comes to the workshop will get a link to the video that I'm going to tape it I'm not going to do it live. I'm just going to tape it and then share it. Those that come, I will give them the free so they can watch it and study.
Yes.
And
So
I'm going to make a pledge too. The first 5 people that show up the door and pay will get a free autographed copy of my book.
Woo!
Oh God! Now, what do I have to give? I have to. They're putting the
You
pressure
just gotta
on me.
show up early, sister. Just boy, that's what you got to do. Just show up early.
You got to be there early anyway. So that's you open it up. You want to open this with Kufunya.
Because what we're trying to do is get everybody who is sincere about taking themselves to the next level, raising their spiritual awareness, saving their mental state of mind, wherever it takes to get you into that workshop to do and take yourself to the next level spiritually, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. That's what we are about. But let me say this for the person who wasn't to make it, so she's not left out, what they can expect, which is Elocin Nedra, who was not able to make it. Tell us about Elocin Nedra and what she's going to bring to the workshop.
Well,
So
Elocin is profound in past life healing. She deals with the Akashic records. She's going to have a lot of her spiritual products that she's going to be bringing out, but she's very intuitive. One of those people like Etoy, who used to see a lot of stuff when she was young. Her grandmother used to be a seer. Her mother is a seer, and finally decided to step into her greatness 6 years ago, coming from the Detroit. Big up to the Detroit. Big up to y'all, people from the D, and enough respect to y'all. But Etoy is gonna bring. She's gonna do her ancestral prayer and meditation also as she speaks to the audience in her flow that she does. And also, I want to remind people that I also will be speaking in Atlanta, Georgia. And when before I go there, when Sister Kufunya spoke about the crystal, I'm living in Stone Mountain, which is the largest exposed crystal in the United States.
Interesting.
You Google this up. You don't have to ask me. You go Google what Stone Mountain is. Stone Mountain, a crystal, and it tell you it's a quartz crystal. Stone Mountain. So
wow.
The intention.
Stone Mountain.
Say it again.
In one of his speeches, Dr. Martin Luther King mentioned something about Stone Mountain, Georgia.
And from the weekend of September 11th, I'll be at Tassili speaking on Tassili Raw's vegan spot. I'm going to be speaking there for her Natural Mystic Fair. But also the 11th, Brother Rich is taking up another 100 to 200 people up to the top of the mountain to do a meditation. So we're going to go up to the mountain and do a meditation like we did June the 11th. We're going to do it September the 11th with Brother Rich. Right
Oh, I got to try that. I got to try to make that.
That's going to be powerful. Y'all need to come on out.
I got to get to Atlanta, get on that big old crystal quartz, man. There's a lot of spiritual healing going on down there.
Look, let me tell you how deep, like y'all was talking about this spiritual stuff. We got to remember, before I moved here, and I slept in this house. It's because I'm renting a house from a friend of mine, and I slept in this house, and I was feeding the trees. I kept on hugging and feeding the trees around the house, and I went to sleep that night, and the roots of the trees was grabbing at me, and I wasn't afraid, but I knew they became every wood and every wood piece in the house and in the room, and started grabbing and reaching for me, and that's what woke me up and say, you know what, I gotta move here. Something I gotta do. Right around the corner from me, right in this house, there's an ancestral burial ground of the indigenous people that used to live on this mountain. One of the tribes. I'm like, wow. Oh.
And it's such a difference because the other day we was talking about talking by phone. You can hear the sirens coming through the block, and I can hear birds in your background. Totally different. Different energy.
Different environment, sir.
Yeah.
and also I want to say in October I have Ashra Kwesi coming for the first time to Stone Mountain, Georgia, to speak with Brother Red Pill, opening libations with high heels at this place called Stone Mountain, place called 5380, owned by two brothers and sisters that a beautiful couple that came from New Jersey, Lisa and Jerome. And then in December, Billy Carson and I and Elocin Nedra and Dina Divine, we're going to be doing my 27th year celebration for 2 days. We're going to have fun the first day, and then we got workshops that whole day.
When is that, Simon? When is that again?
That's December 3rd and 4th. We're going to be working from the beach, doing the remote viewing and the Tai Chi breathing and all that stuff. And
Oh,
cleansing the
wow.
people. And then we're going to go do a lecture and do a whole thing in Florida. We're going to be in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
I think I'm gonna try to get down there for that one.
Now, let me say this. In the remaining 10 minutes we got, I want to
Yes.
put an emphasis on everybody. So, Empress Etoy, you're the newest kid on the block with us. We've been knowing each other forever, the three of us. What do you do? How do people get in touch with you? You have a Facebook? See, I have the banner, which I'm going to show, which indicates where the event is taking place, the phone number, Simon's LinkedIn. But for you individually, for people that want to reach out to you, do you have an IG, Facebook, Cash App? Talk to us.
Yes, I do. My website is currently under construction, but
Okay.
I do have everything else. My Facebook, Etoy is an experience. My IG is
Toy is an experience, is the name
it.
of it.
It's an experience. Yes, ITS an experience.
Okay.
My IG is the same thing. Etoy, it's an experience. I also have a podcast on mental health. Etoy is an experience.
On YouTube. On YouTube.
On YouTube,
Wait,
so it's everything all across the board, and I could be reached at I normally don't do this, but Spirit is telling me to do this. 347-588-9359.
repeat that.
347
It's not for stalkers. It's for people that need some help.
exactly 347-588-9359.
Very, very good. You have a Cash App.
I sure do.
Well,
That
excuse
Yeah,
me.
right. Yeah,
because sister needs some help. I'm so glad you said
And you
that.
got some babies, right? Babies need food.
I
Babies
sure do. And you want to know what? I'm a victim of theft on August 20th. My whole
just a couple
account
of days
was
ago.
on my bank account. It was totally wiped out. The little savings that I had, they depleted it. I go to check it. It says $5. I'm like, what am I gonna do?
Oh, that
But
this
you
is
know,
just days ago,
this is
literally.
just days ago. I just found out yesterday, and they took it on the 20th. So I had went through. So here we go with the mental health. So I'm like, am I being challenged?
Yeah.
Am I being challenged right now? Because
Well,
normally I would have went through the
Cash App. Definitely repeat it.
ETOYH. That's my cash app. ETOYH.
Dollar
And
sign.
yeah, the dollar sign first, and then
Then
ETOYH. And
E
it
Y.
just was. I just couldn't believe it. So I just had to pray, meditate. That's why I was a little late today because I had to go to the water. I was at the water all day with my beloved, and we had such a great time. And because normally I would go into depressed state. Normally that mental thing would kick in. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna take this as a test because I know that this is just for right now. And that was my kids' school clothes and things of that nature. School is right around the corner. But I said,
Yes,
you know
it is.
what? What God has for me is going to multiply 10 times that amount. And I said, I hope whoever took that money, I hope that they use it for something good. And I'm glad that I'm able to be a blessing to them.
Well,
That's
see,
how I had to let that go.
you took the high road because I took the low road. And I said, I hope they choke on it, but I shouldn't. Look like you know, you shouldn't be messing with your money. But give your number again so people can call you for consultation and your Cash App, please.
Sure, 347-588-9359. And my cash app is $ETOYH.
Okay,
H
good.
like Harry.
ETOYH with the dollar sign.
The dollar sign in front.
Okay, good. Okay, Sister Kufunya, you next, young lady.
Well, before I go forward, I want to let the sister know that probably by the time Saturday comes, all of that dough will be returned to you.
I hope so.
I'm gonna make a donation. I'm gonna make a Cash App donation when we
Oh,
get
thank
to
you.
the
I
call.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's how I roll.
Exactly.
Thank you. Oh, y'all about to make me cry.
It's true because
Oh, God.
banks
Oh,
have to reimburse you that money too.
Yes.
Have to.
Yes.
It's by law. So
Yes. I
what?
have to go get a police report and all, you
That's
know,
why
but
it's under FDIC. In
Right.
fact, there's a friend of mine where a bank right here in Harlem, $3,000 of his money went missing, and all of a sudden they don't know nothing about it.
it was one of those prepaid cards. So I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
The
Well,
debit, it
yeah,
doesn't matter. I mean, if somebody got into your account, they have to reimburse you because it wasn't done by you.
Right.
So,
yeah,
but I'm
that,
saying,
Are we
even
gonna think positive on it? We're gonna affirm that. We're gonna
still,
put that out there to the universe. All that money gonna come back to me,
a,
and
a,
let my children have a good start up with a good school year.
a thousandfold. That is my bliss
Yes.
to you. May the
Thank
Most
you.
High continue to pour over you
Thank
what
you.
is
I
needed
appreciate that.
beyond
Ashe.
measure, beyond.
and that's
Ashe.
I just
sign
had
ETO.
to
Is that
say
correct? That dollar sign again is dollar sign ETOYH.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Good. Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
that.
Kufunya, you next, young lady.
Yes, and for me, I am. I'm a rebel, but I am. I really am. But my cash app is dollar sign KUF as in Frank, UNYA as in it, F as in father, E as in Ethiopia. So it's dollar sign Kufunya Ife, all one word. My website is under construction, and at some point in time, we'll make an announcement when it's up on Lloyd's show. But
Yep.
people can reach out to me 347-972-0901. Don't call me after the show because I have to nourish myself and everything like that. And
Busy. Got
call me at appropriate hours. And even if I don't answer,
you.
leave a voicemail and I'll be happy to talk to you, to invite you to my sanctuary, which Lloyd has been to. King Simon has not, but it's all good. He'll be there.
I,
I'm
When you,
coming.
when
You
you,
in New
when
York? You in the Bronx? I'm coming. I'm in Brooklyn, so
I'm in
we got the link.
very
when,
quick.
I do want to say this. When you, for those viewers that decide to call these two young ladies, don't just fly through your number. Say your number slowly so they don't have to play it 2 and 3 times to write it down. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so
On Live with Lloyd, my number is XXX
thank you, Father.
XXXXXX.
Okay, here we go. I'm on live with Lloyd, with King Simon and Empress Etoy, and my phone number is 347-972-0901. My cash app is dollar sign Kufunya Ife. KUF is in friendship. UNYAIFE. And Sister Etoy, I love that crown that you have on today. It's
Thank you. Thank
it's
you so kindly.
Thank you so much, Lloyd.
Anytime, Joe. You know I got to drag my buddy into this. Okay, Simon, the best promoter in the world. Let's hit it. Oh,
as you
see, he put this dollar sign at the bottom. See, you got to.
I got my cash app right there on there right now. Dollar sign King Simon 3158. That's what it is. That's dollar sign King Simon 3158. And if you Google me, you can find me. King Simon Productions. Just Google me now. That's it.
Right, Simon?
That's right. I'm Googleable now. I'm Googleable. What if that's a word? I'm Googleable.
Yes, sir.
Just Google King Simon Productions. You'll see my face. Google Numerovation. You'll see my face. I'm just there.
Well,
I'm just
I
there.
got to say this to Empress Etoy. God bless you. Thank you for joining and being a guest on.
Thank you.
I'm
Yeah.
going to have you on solo at one point so
Yes.
we can
Okay.
really go down the weeds about mental health, probably around the holidays when people are the
Sure.
most depressed, which is interesting.
Sure.
They're always projecting family on the screen, but a lot of us are lonely in the
That's
real
Yeah.
world.
That's
And
why
then,
I wrote the book.
then in
That's why I
fact,
wrote the
I'll
book.
have Simon on talk about numerovation for mental health and stability.
That's
Yes.
it. So
Definitely.
that's what it's all
Definitely.
Thank
about.
you. Thank you. Ashe.
I mean that sincerely. So because a
Thank
lot of
you.
us, even though we think we got it all here, are under more stress than we realize. Kufunya?
Yes, I'm just agreeing with you. I am agreeing with you with the amount of stress that's being poured on to the population and especially our family, the melanated family.
And what's interesting, stress has now been considered a disease.
That's
Ooh. But you know what? Stress causes diseases in the body, though.
Yeah, but that's why they
You see
call it
how
a disease, probably.
exactly, and that's also you see how it correlates. It's amazing.
Stress has now been considered a disease.
Disease.
We've
Mm-hmm.
been there.
you think your body releases certain chemicals as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So be careful of your thoughts
Ashe.
because it does. We have all of these different chemicals inside of our body. You see, when the Bible speaks about man know thyself, we're really getting to know who and what we are. Because
Ashe.
in the churches, they don't let you know about crystals. They don't let you know about herbs. They don't let you know about the spoken word. As a man believeth, so shall he be. They don't break those things down for you. So we're just light beings here, just ordinary people doing extraordinary things, and
Yeah.
making it happen for ourselves first, and then we can make it happen for you.
Well,
Ashe.
now I want to put up the banner again so people can see exactly this Saturday. Um, hold on, do this.
Oh, King Simon, are you doing something else in Brooklyn coming up?
I know that's to be the only thing that I'll be doing in Brooklyn. I'm back out of town, but my son is doing something September the 3rd at Nicholas, Brooklyn. That's his thing.
Oh, okay,
September the 3rd.
okay.
He's doing local artists. Big up to Prince Imagine and Monique putting that on. And that's going to be local artists, poets, singers that's going to be performing on September 3rd. I think it's from like 5 to like 11 or 12 midnight. So that's going to be. I would stay and go to the Marshall Montano 40th celebration, but I can't stay
Oh,
because
Lord, I
he's
know.
celebrating 40 years in the business. So Marshall, we know Marshall since growing up with him, watching him do his thing. So big up to the soca artist Marshall Montana. Matter of fact, I talked to his mother. I spoke with his mother, and his mother has the new book King of Soca coming out. So I'll be interviewing her on my show soon. Marshall Montana's mother. Yes, I can't
So
wait.
my guests have been King Simon, the very beautiful sister Kufunya Ife, Elocin Nedra that was not able to make it, but she's been on my show before. But and it is such an honor and a pleasure, Empress Etoy, to have you as the first time guest. It will not be your last, except you're going to do a solo. So we can put all
Thank
the emphasis on mental health, mental challenges, and how you overcame yours. Because when you were on Simon's show, the backstory you gave, what you went through, and how you came out of it was a story in and of itself. So I
you.
already said right then and there, I gotta have you do a solo. So for those that are on the edge, which you were, but some don't often get off the edge. They go over the
Mhm.
edge, unfortunately.
Yes.
You're gonna show
Ashe.
how to kind of recapture yourself and get back.
Thank
The
you.
event is going to be this Saturday, the 27th, at Nicholas Book, Brooklyn at 13. And by the way, 1396 is 19, which is a very favorite number.
That's right.
1936 Fulton Street. Their number there is 718-858-4400. Ask for Sister Monique. It's going to be from 6 to 9 p.m. And you see Simon's link tree. Now, when
And
you go to,
we
go
also
ahead.
want vendors. We also welcome in vendors also, those who want to vend. Not food vendors. Monique is providing food, but we're welcoming vendors also. Okay.
Good. I'm glad you said that. Good,
Yeah.
good. So for those of you who have products or things that you want to bring and to participate, call that number. But more importantly, should they call you? Should they connect with you through Linktree for the vendors, Simon?
No, they should text. They should either call that number right there or text me my number. It's all through my link tree if they want. But that number right there, they could call that number, 718-858-4400. Speak to Nicholas, and they could probably book the vending, or they can text me if they have to. Go through Linktree and they'll find my text message.
Folks, this was a great show. I thank all
Thank
of you
you.
for taking your valuable time on this Wednesday to join us. And God's going to bless you, Empress Toy. God
I,
don't,
Thank you.
God don't like ugly.
That's
Okay,
right.
He
Thank
really
you.
don't.
I needed to hear that because I almost reverted back, but Thank you.
No,
I received that. Thank you.
you're covered. You're covered.
Yeah,
Ashe.
times we are tested in ways more to see, because
Man,
there were points when I did this work where I asked myself, Lloyd, are you okay? Are you
Lloyd,
sure?
Mm.
So,
Lloyd,
yes.
in my 8-year cycle, I lost 15 grand. So I know what
Oh,
it is to
right.
get
I'm
taken
at
out.
the end of my 8-year cycle.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. She's at the end of
Mm.
she's at the end of 8-year cycle. But yeah, man, I'm like crazy.
Okay, when I got to get in my 8 sack, I got to hold on to what I got then. That's what.
Hold on to what you got. Be disciplined. Be ready.
Everybody, I want to thank you very, very much. God bless you. Look forward to seeing the crew on Saturday, August the
Yes,
Ashe.
20th at Nicholas, Brooklyn,
that's
at
right.
1936 Fulton Street, there in the beautiful borough of Brooklyn, the way by York. So
Yes.
I'm just going to go. Thank you very much, folks.
Thank you.
Thank everybody for taking the time to join. There's still the banner. Take note, take the phone number, take the address. For those that live in the tri-state area of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, please come by. If you want to come from further away, feel free to do so. But it's going to be a wonderful experience. There will be donations, $44 before the event, $55, which is a very small investment. You will get a crystal from um, Sister Kufunya, and the first 5 people will get autographed copies of my books. They're going to be various kinds. I've got 4 books. I ain't going to give out all the same book, but it'll be a book of your choice. Okay. The first 5 is on me. That is to get you in, to get you set and get ready for a reset, as they call it nowadays. Okay.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. So I want everybody to have a blessed day. Thank you. And thank you to the crew. And you'll have a very safe weekend until Monday. Okay. And
Yes.
let me see what we're going to do. And Sister Kufunya, of course, as you know, you are the absolute best. Okay.